My name is Erica Lorraine Spencer, and I remain subject to state surveillance and terrorism by the state of California that is operating a malicious targeting system which is referred to as federal group stalking and monitoring via communication devices. And it is in violation of federal stalking statute 18 U.S.C. sections 2261A subsections 1 and 2. My website and podcast serve the public good by publishing evidence of the public entity's ceaseless engagement in a pattern of conduct intended to stalk and monitor via communication devices, surveil, harass, and terrorize an American citizen in concert with the people of the state of California. Documentation serves the lawful purposes of wide exposure, federal prosecution, and influencing federal legislation with policies specifically designed to punish, dismantle, and disincentivize an unprecedented targeting system by a public entity that acts in concert with the people of the state in order to criminally place under surveillance and terrorize an American citizen, which is a matter of public corruption in the state of California. See thepatternofconduct.wordpress.com. Alrighty, it is Thursday, March 17, 2022. It's 12:20 a.m. The people of the state engaging in terrorism and stalking. The entity is stalking on a ceaseless basis and doing so while I am currently at the museum. So the same entity stalking by planes and helicopters and fire trucks and police vehicles, etc., stalking via the people. And this demon-possessed stalker is a Latino male who is in engineered light. And you can see that as I capture images of it. And while this entity is listening to me sleeping, listening to my breathing patterns, molesting with directed light while doing so, a demon is approaching and touching me while I am at the museum. I've documented the entity, the people of the state engaging in terrorism and harassment and stalking, both while I'm awake and while I'm sleeping at the museum. And this is an entity that is stalking and doing so, engaging in this harassment and stalking this is the people acting via this Latino male who comes up and approaches me, talking about some white man. This is what the audible activity in his mouth. This is a demon. This is a demon-possessed third party, the people of the state, and he is stalking, and he's approaching while I am at the museum in my sleeping bag sleeping. All right, so I want to document that. It's 12:22 p.m. This is the stalker engaging in what is harassment. It's 12:22 a.m. at the Ontario Museum of History and Arts, and you see this minion that is walking around. He's walking in directed light. He's got more than one shadow. He's got a shadow that's going to his right, and he's got an enlarged shadow speaking to engineered light that he's walking in, speaking to the molestation that I am subject to. And this is a demon who is stalking, okay, and engaging in what is harassment, approaching me and touching me, okay? It is 12:22 a.m. P.O.C. 82679N2. That's a third party, a demon, touching with directed light while they're stalking in the path that is driving by on Euclid Avenue. Doing so while the light source, which is a fake sun, remains over me, moving in alignment as I am leaving from that venue. And again, venue to venue is the perpetual presence of a stalker that is the state that's engaged in surveillance. That demon is speaking to the presence of all the rest of the demons who are stalking as well. 5JAV037. And it's currently, by the way, Thursday, March 17, 2022. It's 8:09 a.m. License 8 PMX092. V8 PONA. Um, 8RXN573, 8XZX592. 42351J3. 8CZN801, MJF7075, that's Texas. 6SUU946, 8TWG445, BN78K70 paper, 8BGG105, 7KAS096, 8RIT688, and it's currently still 8:09 a.m. Go on ahead, Minion. I'm not going. Go ahead. License plate. H5A3LG, that's Arizona. Y01EQB, that's Florida. 8HSA545. 7ZTA097, 05047G3. 7FSL567. $49180H3, touching. Right out here outside of wannabe city council for Mr. What is it? Villegas? Let me get this demon's name, because you need to know who is not worthy of office. This is relevant positioning. This minion is right here at headquarters where the fake sun is, and wants to run for city office, Valencia. The mark of demon possession, his venue is a third-party facilitated venue. Direct light is moving across it. 7ZAJ542. It is currently 8:12 a.m. License 7XET659. All right, license 8YBL721 molesting. That's an Asian female driving a white Tesla. 8:15 a.m. showing you the fake sun that is right over me while I'm walking west on Hope Boulevard, and the fake sun is not remaining at the east end of the 150 East Hope Boulevard. And remember, this is a placement where I'm getting up in the morning. This is where the entity moves its fake sun as I walk north up Euclid, and is maintaining that alignment with me as I am walking on Hope Boulevard, not walking north or south. In other words, walking west, the fake sun is moving west. 6YPZ544, and what you see in that video is the fake sun that's right there over the edge of the REA money transfer, over the intersection, and not over the county building. 10613V1, which is not the sun anyway. But I'm reminding you, and you're witnessing my documentation, the customary placement of that light source, which is the movement based on my movement as I move. In addition, you're looking at what is appearing. My shadow is appearing in what's supposed to be shaded, and it's not. XP87189, molesting 8MKV855. And the entity is engaging in what is touching with directed lighting. You see the ongoing demonic activity in the act of a perpetual sex offender, including the company Omnitrans. Okay, and arriving at that moment to engage in a touching, they engage in what is not arriving when they are very much aware where I am at the same time, in the same exact environment, engaging in what is harassment. Okay, that's exactly what I documented last night while 83 does not arrive, Route 83. 8JFH405. They are present to engage in the pattern of conduct. All right, license 8ZLE445, that Latina female, that fat, overweight female sitting in a vehicle and drenched in what is the evidence for prosecution, representing the people of the state, what they are doing on a constant basis. Directed light is covering the sidewalk. This is engineered light, absolutely impossible light that's manifesting in the shade. And you also see what is the movement of that fake sun. That is not anywhere over 435 South Bondview as I remain at that location, and it's over the roof, remaining over me on March 14, 2022. 8U84321, 7S57332, 1474065 Omnitrans, 7MVU960. They're all demons doing the exact same thing as you see in that video. This demon is sitting stationary in her car while directed light, like wind, is moving that light backwards across the sidewalk in the shade. It's a manifestation of light in the shade. It has nothing to do with sitting in what is under the sun. Okay, this is the mark of demon possession. It is ongoing harassment by a demon-possessed population who are engaging in the conduct of a sex offender, touching, following, intentionally following in that environment, while the fake sun is remaining over my head. That ongoing evidence. License plate 5ZXGO62, touching. All right, and the entity is maintaining this light source, moving over Hope Boulevard west as I walk west. Okay, that's why it remained stationary over the building of 435 South Bondview on March 14th, because I didn't go anywhere, and that's not the sun. That's also moving west on Hope Boulevard, where it remained stationary at a single address until after 1:36 p.m., as I documented on March 14, 2022. All right, this is the pattern of conduct, and so I captured that video, and I'm also showing you what is the headquarters, which is a venue where I am subject to interstate stalking. And this venue is speaking to the headquarters for Valencia. This is speaking to a minion that is engaging in federal stalking, and those who are at his headquarters trying to advocate for his position in a place of government for city council in Ontario where interstate stalking is underway. The fake sun is literally over that venue at all times of the day, not only in the morning, as I've documented. In the afternoon, I've documented Hull Boulevard, Ontario, very heavily. The state kept a fake sun setting over me after 5 p.m. All right, that's a relevant position. Valencia's headquarters are in relevant position where I'm subject to an ongoing perpetual sex offense. Let me be clear. The maintenance of an office for someone running for office is no exception to what's going to be prosecution for interstate stalking. And Valencia is not separate from what is the maintenance of an office where he is seeking to run for office, and those who are working for him are minions by virtue of that environment, and they are engaging in what is conduct on its behalf. I want to be clear, you don't have to meet the minion and know their name in order to identify that the condition. Okay, so and second of all, you're talking about what is nonetheless the prosecution while your venue is means whereby the government and the people of the state are maintaining presence, and you are subject to that system of surveillance. You're not in any way accepted while you're subject to surveillance on your property or whatever sort of location that it is. Where the government's threatening your life, where you're subject to that surveillance, you're going to be prosecuted. And Valencia's office, where he is advocating running for city council, is at 109 Hull Boulevard, where the state keeps a fake sun in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening. That which is not the sun. It is currently 8:21 a.m. and I captured video of that. And these are minions that are doing the exact same thing, different faces, same exact conduct, and the conduct is that which is a scientific impossibility. This is speaking to a system, and it is demonic. License plate 8N78113, 02230N2, 6SUG079, 6JBH372, 5TXD879-1529432. That's Ontario Montclair School District, touching. Just like you saw on March 14, 2022, where they were perpetually, repeatedly engaging in the conduct of the perpetual sex offender while those demons of the Ontario Montclair School District specifically were monitoring documentation. All right, and that is, again, snatching up demons from the school district and going to federal prison for what is the conduct of a perpetual sex offender who is posing an impermissible threat while threatening your life. Because those demons are hostile, those demons expressing that hostility, whether you want to do it in a school bus, which is teaching you a lot about what is demonic activity, doesn't matter what position that demon is holding, you're looking at the evidence of their demon possession, and they are engaging in that today as well under the fake sun that is moving west on Hull Boulevard. Also direct evidence against the Ontario Montclair School District while that fake sun remains stationary at Mercy House where they were molesting there. And none of that is conduct that's going to occur under the actual sun under any circumstances. 41467C2, license 6BWY703. It's 8:23 a.m. 7JXU519. 8SVC567. 7KWE806, 6LDT595, 8EHW 238, 6Y8E299, 8YIW629, 7FAH802. 2K36047, 5RMA100. That's Union Pacific, and that's amplification. License 8TIF380. Again, that sound that's supposed to be attributed to a Union Pacific train on the Amtrak train tracks. It is amplification, and Union Pacific will be prosecuted for that act of demonic conduct, which is terrorizing, while they're monitored. 7VVF817, 31811P1. It's 8:24 a.m. 5JSG895. And the directed light that they're driving with, okay, this is the demon, because that's not sun reflection, is pointing forward. And you see the video at the Valencia office at headquarters. The directed light is moving, it's backwards, streaming backwards toward me from their car. When they're driving toward me, the directed light is moving forward toward me. Okay, equally impossible, speaking to what are stalkers and their focus is me. These are demons who are focused on me. All right, and that ongoing conduct is the evidence of that directed light is what you are looking at. You're talking about demons that sit in a library, look in the opposite direction, as though that is any it's not even relevant what you're looking at while you're stalking in the path and engineer light. They're doing the same thing driving by, and the directed light is clear. First of all, the existence of it. And this is how you're going to prosecute what are psychopaths. You don't even have an argument. License 1535708, bus 1363. That's exactly how you're going to prosecute psychopaths. Okay? Delusional psychopaths. Look in the opposite direction is not going to help you. Acting like you're so focused on inventory in the store is not going to help you at all. You look like a delusional freak. You look like the psycho and the demon-possessed person that you actually are, which is not a secret, by virtue of presence of that directed light and by virtue of your presence in that specific environment. It is the demon-possessed population. It's currently 8:26 a.m. And that's what cracks me up about the demon-possessed. And I laugh again. What do I tell you? I laugh because it's pathetic, not because it's funny. It is entirely pathetic, though. It's currently 8:26 a.m. This is P.O.C. 8ZXV959, 7GUS172, 6VDC709, 29483B3. Demeanor Barbershop Monitoring, license 8KED587, that's Safeguard Patrol, creating light activity. License 7PBX316. License 8P22404, 8HUL968, 8KIR499. Oh, let me get the license plate of Safeguard Patrol. License 8KED587, sitting in the parking lot of Ontario Village under the fake sun, creating light activity. Not different than the minions that are sitting on the sides of the road, minions that are using logos such as United Rentals, such as Security Paving. Not different at all. Equally threatening. And this is a demon in a security vehicle that also engaged in criminal summoning, is doing so under the fake sun that's over the parking lot at 8:28 a.m. License 8KIR499. 6UUF388. It is 8:28 a.m. This is audible activity. This is Stater Brothers monitoring 8TXR396. Good morning, Johnny M. How you going? How's it going? 8NYJ679. Okay, Safeguard Patrol monitoring while they are patrolling in the parking lot with light activity, and directed light is moving about, just dynamic directed light, just like you saw at McDonald's. 8NYJ679 is a minion. 7YCT994 is a minion. This directed light is appearing underneath a shaded structure, what should be shaded, and it's not. It's filled with directed light. I can't say that one. 8KBY628. 15884R1. This same directed light that you see flipping in on the ceilings in front of McDonald's yesterday, 8WUU286. This is what you have. This is called a dynamic directed light. That's what I'm speaking to. That's what I've documented before. And exactly what you saw in video is exactly what's going on underneath the structure. It's impossible light activity. These are demons who are surrounding that loud motorcycle is audible activity. Safeguard Patrol is creating light activity. These demons are stalking and following around. Okay? It's currently 8:29 a.m. POC. All right, it's 8:41 a.m. While I am standing in what is aisle 7, the entity, which is in alignment with the entrance doors, the east entrance doors, this is where demons are patrolling in and out. This is what you're understanding a demon-possessed population engages in pacing. So you're talking about traffic. This is pacing in engineered light in relevant position. Inside of the entrance of Stater Brothers, where the fake sun is over me and directed light is present at the venue, this is pacing. And so this is speaking to the intent and the ongoing criminal system. Absence in any legal form, you're not present at work, you're present on behalf of the state in a specific environment, and you're also a demon while they engage in the identical behavioral pattern. This is speaking to that population that is existing, and it is not a normal society. This is a demon-possessed population. And so what I want to speak to while I'm in aisle 7, repeated flashing of light that is seen coming from, while I'm standing in the aisle, this act of terrorism is occurring to my left. While you just see demons pushing shopping carts and ringing up minions that are in relevant position, in line, all of them monitoring with communication devices together. That is speaking to what is the genuine presence, the significance of that presence, and your condition. And this is the pattern of conduct that is shared at a neighborhood McDonald's. It is not different with regard to the heavily documented Stater Brothers specifically. They have patches of direct light in the depths of their store. I've shown you video of this. These are demons that fill the grocery store. I want to document this act of terrorism. And this is what was going on inside of the 99-cent store as well. And then you have what are demons that fill the store. They're stalking in the path. I took a picture of what is Kia. This is the African-American female. She's wearing blue jeans. She is walking with a bottle of liquor in her hand. This is her form for what is slamming the liquor cabinet as I walk in the store. This is a demon that's stalking with audible activity and stalking in the path. That's the demonic behavioral pattern. Okay, so the entity at what is right now 8:43 a.m. Flashing of light, which is appearing on the merchandise, the jelly, as though they're engaging in photography. And this is directed light, and this is terrorism. It's also molestation while they're engaged in bathroom monitoring as well. I want to be clear. Safeguard patrol that engaged in criminal summoning. This is why they're going to federal prison. Federal group stalking and monitoring underway while you are then summoning the entity that is already monitoring with you. That's a threat to your life. That is obstruction of justice while psychopaths are surrounding and stalking inside of Stater Brothers. Okay, it's currently 8:43 a.m. And that's going to the people of the state are also subject to that federal charge. Engaged in repeated acts of attempted kidnapping. That's exactly how they're going to be prosecuted. It is 8:44 a.m. And that is repeated molestation by flashing of light in aisle 7 inside of a Stater Brothers. That's demonic. Okay, that's terrorism, and this is prosecution of the people of the state. This is P.O.C. Alrighty. I want to document not only Kia. Her name is the African American. She's got the green top on and the blue jeans. Her cell phone in her back right pocket while she's slamming the liquor cabinet as I walk in, which is stalking in the path with audible activity and engineered light. Oscar Macias as well. You see him at I believe this is aisle 3. He is standing in relevant position, and I took pictures of the minions that are in relevant position in the aisles. And I want to be clear, Oscar Macias, Kia, the company, Stater Brothers, the people of the state in general, engaging in what is terrorism, the perpetual sex offender. You are seeing that ongoing P.O.C. regardless of the type of venue that you are at. Flashing, touching with a method of light activity while I'm inside of the grocery store, standing in aisle 7, looking for peanut butter. Okay? Touching, the sex offender, this is appropriately called what is the perpetual sex offender, and these are demons. So I want to be clear, representing the company, Kia B is a perpetual sex offender who is touching me while she is monitoring me inside of that venue, and while I'm standing in aisle 7 and you have inexplicable flashing of light that's so substantial, so vibrant, it's touching on the jelly and the peanut butter while I'm looking at it. That's touching me as well. All right, it is also an act of terrorism, the entity engaging in the ongoing accosting, following, stalking, molesting with engineered light while they're placing you in under surveillance. You don't have any legal form. Oscar Macias, an associate manager at Stater Brothers, is engaging in what is the conduct of a perpetual sex offender, 7ENY531, while standing at the register, ringing up other third parties with whom he is monitoring together, all of them on behalf of the state. Okay, and it's a demon-possessed population. That's why that light activity is present. That's why that fake sun is over that venue, and it's not remaining stationary over 435 South Bonneview. Okay, and as I was standing there documenting that, I already told you that this is not the sun. This is already established as a matter of documentation, not just in 2022. I already established this in 2020. All right, you're talking about what is a year of consistent documentation of showing what is a demon-possessed population, how that system works, what demons look like, because that's what you're learning about. License 8WFU868, the same pattern of conduct as you continue walking outside. The perpetual sex offender, 7YGB043. It is currently 8:59 a.m. You got demons that are maintaining presence, including the city of Ontario, under the fake sun, hopping in their vehicles, directed light moving as they do so. License 7JAL928. City of Ontario driving license 1580344. And this other minion with City of Ontario, this female that gets in the car, this minion is driving a silver F-150 32818Z2. Alrighty, let us again, license 32818Z2. That's that's a Latino male. Group stalking with the City of Ontario, who's in a California exempt license plate, vehicle number 3056. This is a Caucasian female, perhaps a Latina female. She's got on the tennis hat. She's group stalking, monitoring in her car, stalking in the parking lot with that Latino male. They hop in their vehicles as they cross the street. I'm at Starbucks where criminal activity is underway, and the fake sun is right here, which I'm also showing you an image of at 9 a.m. It's 1580344. I gave you a close-up image of this demon representing the municipality engaged in surveillance. That's what she's doing, and she's doing so with that other Latino male, and both of them get in their vehicles. And not only is this with regard to my coming to document, but this is activity creation while they are also fleeing. 8HIU 942, but let me be clear, the demons are not fleeing so as to stop monitoring. They are engaging in, like I stated, ongoing activity creation while they do so. Both of them molesting, that's the municipality molesting, and doing so as it is facilitation of criminal conduct that I'm subject to at Starbucks, where the fake sun is right now. 5XAM 377. 8YUL 233, 8RFL 275, 7KYT 804, 8RFL 275. And Omnitrans bus 1265, of course, in relevant position. It is 9:01 a.m. And I will just remind you where I am at on March 14, 2022. I am nowhere near Starbucks at 706 West Hope Boulevard, I'll tell you that. I am present since the moment of quote-unquote sunrise at the 435 South Bonneville, where the state kept a fake sun over me. And on March 13, 2022, I have not yet even gotten this far on Hope Boulevard. I remain at the car wash at 9:25 a.m. where I'm documenting the demons of the Ontario Police Department. The fake sun's right there over me at the Hope Boulevard car wash. The fake sun moves as I move, as do demons. And that demon with going by the name of Officer Michter, demonstrating that demon possession, doing so under the fake sun. It's currently 9:02 a.m. This is P.O.C. Let me show you this. Alrighty, license 7KYT 804. This mini you see on video, sitting in what is direct light, that's in the shade, okay? The fake sun's over the parking lot, and he's touching while he drives off, 7YGB 043. This minion that's pacing in the directed light, 7WFG 491, 8RFL 275, 7KYT 804, in case I didn't read that one already. And you see directed light that's surrounding the minions that are in the drive-thru. It's relevant positioning, and the fake sun is directly over me, which is speaking to their presence and the ongoing substance of their presence, as opposed to the outward form, merely buying a coffee. No, this is criminal surveillance. It's P.O.C. It's currently 9:04 a.m. Good morning. Are you the manager here?
I am.
What's your name?
Jacques.
Jacques. Hi, Jacques. I was told before I was subject to harassment by law enforcement. You guys summoned them here, and you did it based on what was hearsay. So can you verify that for me? Because I'm going to document you. Go ahead.
It was not based on hearsay.
It is based on hearsay.
Someone saw you put glass behind a tire, and I can't have you in.
That's a lie. No one saw me do anything, put glass anywhere. They drove over glass by themselves, which I also documented. So it's unfortunate that you're sitting here telling untruths in order to substantiate what was an act of harassment by Starbucks. What's your name again? Because you're the one that has the picture up here. What's your name?
Jacques.
Jacques? What's your last name, Jacques?
Guzman.
Guzman?
Yep.
Okay, so are you here right now engaging in the pattern of conduct in order to tell me to leave the premises? Is that why you're here?
Yes.
Okay, for what?
I already told you you're not allowed to be here because you put glass behind someone's car.
No, and that is hearsay, like I said.
It's not
it is
hearsay,
hearsay.
man.
What is not hearsay? When did you see me do that? Or, I'm sorry, who saw me do that?
The owner of the car saw you do it.
Oh, the owner of the car saw me do it?
Yeah.
And because when I'm telling you that they're trying to break into the restroom and you guys don't address that, that's hearsay as well, which you did not address though, right? And that's occurring inside of the property. This is Jacques, that's engaged in P.O.C, walking in directed light, lying, and the minion that, by the way, I documented who was the third parties that were in the parking lot under the fake sun, those demons. She drove over a glass bottle while she was monitoring me, and they're getting mad about it. And then he is making up a lie right now, talking about, oh, I put a glass under their bottle. That's hilarious, but I documented that and I was laughing about it in my video. And he's referencing that as to why he called the police. It's not a confusion, it's audible activity. And this is Jacques engaging in, are you ignoring me, Jacques?
I'm working.
You're monitoring in direct light. You're pacing around, the environment is here. So I want to be clear, Jacques, you're engaging in what is harassment. You represent the Starbucks, the company that has directed light flashing inside of the venue while he's referencing a prior act of criminal summoning. Jacques, I have a question. Excuse me, Jacques. I've only walked in for 2 seconds. You seem quite annoyed. Did I do something already?
No, you just need to step outside, please.
All right, well, my question is, you're engaging in what is a method of what is harassment. Is there a reason why you're so annoyed by something that you heard, which you weren't here for, and anybody can say just like they did, because they're lying?
I'm not annoyed, I'm wiping tables.
No, you're disregarding me and you're walking over to your
I've already
employees.
told you numerous times you're not supposed to be here. The police said you're not allowed to be here.
No, that's not what they said. They said you told them you didn't want me to be here.
Well,
that's what they said.
Well, you know what? When police come, you can talk to them.
Okay.
On the way.
Okay. Well, guess what? What I'm going to do is Jacques, store manager. Okay, and I'm getting what is directed light that's moving on the roof inside. You're going to federal prison. So like I said, you're engaging in what is harassment with your employees. I'm going to document you as well. Not only is Jacques lying about what is the form for criminal summoning, I want to be clear, these minions are in here monitoring as well while he's engaging in a specific act of harassment. I've documented what was their form talking about, oh, my manager told me that you're not allowed to be in here. And the reasoning, which is documented as well, is not what Jacques is citing, first of all. Second of all, I'm documenting, okay, period. Third of all, they're engaging in what is interstate stalking, and you have what is harassment while he is hostile to merely telling me about the hearsay, which does not substantiate or address interstate stalking. While I capture his image, directed light is moving on the ceiling inside of the Starbucks. All of these employees are monitoring. And they are monitoring with the city of Ontario, who is outside stalking in the path. And this is the conduct that they engage in while you are documenting the entity. Understand, this is Starbucks at what is 706 West Holt. And engaging, and I captured that substantial video in the middle of the parking lot. By the way, regardless of daylight savings time, the fake sun, as they engaged in criminal summoning, was in the middle of the afternoon, okay? It is 9 o'clock in the morning right now where the fake sun is over the Starbucks. This is the true substance of what Jacques is engaging in while he is pacing around in engineered light and unable to exactly cite what is the lie that was stated as to why they engaged in criminal summoning that day. You're talking about what has nothing to do with a glass that I placed. You're talking about what was a different allegation, which was nothing other than harassment on that particular day, by the way. I just want to point that out. The inconsistency of the lies that they tell. It's currently 9:08 a.m. and I just want to make sure I document all these minions real quick. Hold on. This is the conduct that the entity engages in while it is engaged in criminal activity with the people of the state. All right. So, do you remember your employee's name? Do you remember your employee's name that called the cops on no basis then?
I'm no longer talking to you.
Oh, you're not? You're monitoring me though. Got it. Okay. It is 9:09 a.m. Alrighty, capturing video of the substantial directed light inside of the venue. This is the impossible light activity while interstate stalking is underway, and you are listening to the audible activity of a minion who is engaging in an unlawful threat while he is engaged in that criminal activity with the people of the state, with the government, and doing so while this directed light is in the depths of the bathroom hallway, where I was subject to countless acts of federal stalking in the bathroom, where the entity is engaging in ongoing molestation and ongoing terrorism, and while he is also incorrectly citing what is a lie under all circumstances while federal stalking is underway, citing what is hearsay. And by hearsay, I mean it's not even what was the allegation on that day where they engaged in criminal summoning, which is already documented on podcasts and on video. It's already published. And by the way, again, let me remind you, the fake sun, which this occurred in the afternoon, the fake sun was over the venue in the afternoon. It is over the venue right now at 9 o'clock. 8 o'clock, less daylight savings time, okay? This is the P.O.C, and that is speaking to what is not only these employees who are engaging in what is harassment, and this is harassment by an entity engaged in federal stalking who wants, and let me be clear, all they want to do is exclude and harass while you're documenting. This in and of itself is speaking to ongoing documentation, all right? And every word that Jacques utters, he's uttering on behalf of the entity in directed light, under a fake sun. All right, the pattern of conduct is underway. This is the impermissible threat, and the people of the state speaking to what is a federal prison while they wage that threat with the demons who are lined up in their drive-through, monitoring, and what is directed light that is spiraling across the ceiling inside of the venue in the same way it was yesterday at McDonald's, an equally impossible occurrence, okay? And this was in Upland, California, while the fake sun was at that location where I am headed to yesterday, all right? The fake sun is not remaining on Hope Boulevard at 706 over the village, none of that. And it's currently 9:14 a.m. And so I'm speaking to, in other words, this is a blatant lie while you are threatening my life, threatening my safety, monitoring with the state, and acting as, citing law enforcement who are monitoring already. That's what criminal summoning is. You go to federal prison, all right, for that. That is Jacques, who provided his name ample times, and I captured images of him engaging in that demon. This is a demon, okay, that is associated with the company Starbucks, and that's what you need to know about them as well. By them, I mean the company Starbucks itself. This is what you need to understand about them. It is 9:15 a.m. This is P.O.C. Alrighty, capturing video at what is 9:49, or I think I started at 9:50 because I'm trying to show you the object itself while I'm on the bus. Demons are filling the bus. These are third parties. They're repeatedly, minions are filling the bus in directed light. and they're engaging in what is relevant positioning while doing so. So the entity is maintaining presence on the bus. Directed light is present. Molestation while this African American that's driving the bus appears. And everything I documented, what you're hearing, this is the pattern of conduct. So while I'm capturing video at 9:49, I'm reminding you, first of all, where I was at yesterday. The light source is remaining over the parking lot of the 99-cent store. All right? Oh. The entity is keeping the light source. This is employee number, by the way, 2566, an African American male, you hear? And this is a minion who is supposedly accidentally pressing the buzzer repeatedly. It's activity creation. So I just want to be clear, you're dealing with demons. When you're talking about activity creation and engineered light, it is not an accident, it is not ignorantly. But you're talking about what is the form of the entire system that they're engaging in. The fake sun is departing from the B&G Plaza that I just showed you right now on video. And doing so at what is 9:54 a.m. That's where I'm at right now, where I showed you taking off on what was March 15th, 2022, taking off from the B&G Plaza at 9:10 a.m. Okay, so I showed you what is arriving to the B&G Plaza in this video that I just captured right now at 9:48 a.m. Again, like I said, this is the maintenance of a light source that is over me based on where I'm at. This is what you are paying attention to while you are then listening to the audible activity of a demon going by the name of Jacques, all right, who was present to engage in criminal summoning, harassment, trying to threaten, all right, while he was engaging in the pattern of conduct. Let me be clear, this is a demon that is under a fake sun, and that rich, substantial, directed light all over while I'm inside of that venue, and I'm showing you while the light source remains over me outside of that venue. And you're also looking at what is absolutely impossible for that light activity to occur while you're looking at the outside of that building. But that's under any circumstances. Sunlight is not ricocheting and engaging in this angular conduct into the depths of hallways inside of a building when it's supposed to be the sun that's over the building. So like I said, that's demonic, and it is direct evidence which serves for federal prison for those engaging in the criminal conduct that you witnessed Jacques at Starbucks engaging in today, and doing so on behalf of an entity, in the same way that the entity stalking by helicopter is evidence with which you will prosecute the people of the state who are monitoring and stalking and engaging in criminal summoning with that entity that's engaged in surveillance. So the entity is at 9:49 a.m. in this video. I'm capturing, I think it's captured at specifically starting at 9:50 a.m. But this is the same time, 9:49 a.m. yesterday. I'm in Upland, California at the 99-cent store inside of the Upland Village after leaving the McDonald's, where I was already there. This is where I remained. And right now I'm on the Omnitrans bus remaining in Ontario. I didn't get on any bus going northbound up Euclid Avenue. The same Euclid Avenue you see in this video that I'm capturing, where the fake sun is moving east as I am on the bus going east. It is not remaining on any vehicle. It could not have been the sun that was remaining in the window above me as I'm going north of Euclid Avenue, documenting employee number 2229, okay, a demon-possessed stalker. All right, what you're looking at is the same intersection where I got on the bus in the morning yesterday before this time. And at this time, where I'm capturing this video at 9:50 a.m., I remain in the city of Upland. And stationary over my head is the light source in Upland, California. And I'm showing at the same time today, I am on the Route 61 bus remaining in Ontario and going eastbound on Hope Boulevard on the same Route 61, okay, where I am reminding you about what is my stationary presence at 435 South Bonneview on the 14th. My getting on the Route 61 bus at 9:07 in the morning, taking off from the B&G Plaza, where you see in this video at 9:51 a.m. The light source is not, that's not the sun that's in the window of that bus at 9:10 a.m. moving. That's the light source that is the fake sun that remains over me at what is, again, 9:50 a.m., which I'm showing you. So this is the same location, different times, all right, and doing so, going in different directions as well. All of this is that which is captured while I'm showing you this one video, because you're remembering all of the totality of that documentation, and that's just as of late, okay? Like I said, the entity is engaging in this pattern of conduct while it is engaged in what are the criminal acts of criminal summoning. That's what the Ontario Police Department engage in. This is speaking to what is federal prison for this one that's inciting hearsay, which is no grounds for any exclusion from the property. They are literally engaging in what is conduct that is intended to incite fear, to intimidate, and to terrorize while you're engaged in interstate stalking. And you are talking about citing a lie. You're just making it up, all right, and unable to prove it, citing it and engaging in that conduct with the intention to just run off the target individual who's subject to criminal activity that you're documenting. You have every right to document. All right, so, and also what I was pointing out, the detail is that he's not even correctly citing the lies that were referenced on that day, where he was used as some authority as for why I can't sit inside of Starbucks, when they're lying and engaging in federal stalking. They're lying about the reason why, and they're engaged in federal stalking, which is what controls. And when they engaged in that, which is documented in 2021, the fake sun was over the venue in the afternoon. We are within what is the same time frame. It was daylight savings time. The fake sun is remaining over in Ontario on that day where I remain, and this is after 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I believe, if I recollect correctly. The light source remains in Ontario. Contrary to what I'm doing now, I'm going to Fontana. Contrary to what I did yesterday when I go to Upland. Contrary to what I did January 27th, even before daylight savings time, when I'm going to Pomona, daylight savings time or not, you're talking about what is maintenance of the light source over that venue. Impossible. You're talking about what is the maintenance of that light source that remains over me everywhere that I'm going, regardless of how long I'm there, regardless of what city, location. That is not the actual sun. All right, and so that is what is prefacing, by the way, the big picture when you're when I'm documenting and you're witnessing the hostility of an entity such as Omnitrans. Omnitrans represents the entity engaging in what is harassment. And this third party who I'm asking about, he's a bus driver. He works for the same company, and you're aware of your policies. You're aware of what basis another driver would just close the door and not let you on the bus. Your bus isn't full. I had my mask on. I'm standing in front of the stop. You let on the other minion who is monitoring. You're monitoring with them, but you don't let me on. And so I just want to be clear. It's a question that he would know the answer to. You're talking about what is an obvious answer. I'm not asking because I don't know the answer. I'm asking because I'm documenting. And I'm subject to the P.O.C. right now. That's why the light source is remaining in the window of this bus. That is going the same route that I've already gone earlier in the morning and later in the day, okay? It is currently 10 a.m. Everything you're listening to is nothing but ruckus. While they're listening to me document them, it's audible activity, and it's also ruckus hoping to be a distraction. This is P.O.C. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. All right, group stalking at the Ontario airport. This is an Asian female, or a Latino female. It looks like an Asian. License plate 27351U1, license 8TAH243, 6GCD701, 8WMN525, 00091G3. Bell cab, license 4359. I can't see the rest of it. That was Bell cab 7CLD125. Stalking in the path with light, the same pattern of conduct under the fake sun, using their hazards in relevant position. This is paper company. The license plate is 6UES638 is monitoring to that light activity while paper company is driving with their hazards on. The fake sun remains over me on the bus. That's a demon stalking in the path with light activity. It's 10:05 a.m. License 8WCK990. The paper company is license plate 17467R2. License 8WNH144. And fluid truck doing the same thing, stalking in the path with light. License 8RR, or I'm sorry, BRR I71. That's fluid truck. License, and this is the same thing the Ontario Police Department are doing. A demon using a police vehicle stalking in the path with light in the specific environment. Okay, that's what I documented the other night. License 43557H3. That's Bell Cab. And it's currently 10:06 a.m. where I'm taking a picture through the window of the Omnitrans bus showing you what is the paper company. This is a demon representing a company engaging in state surveillance. And while I am on the bus in transit at the Ontario airport, that is not over, remaining stationary and capable of being over the roof of the Mercy House at 435 South Bonneview as I remain at that property. All right. Like I said, that's the P.O.C. License 8SVG571. 249F3. That's the courtesy shuttle. And again, this employee, this African-American male, is engaged in interstate stalking, monitoring with the people of the state, terrorizing with the people of the state, these demons that are stalking in the path, and doing so while the fake sun remains over me, engaged in all manner of the P.O.C. It is not distinct, it's not separate from what is the documentation of another employee number 2229. The African-American with the press and curl, the African-American female engaging in what is harassment by just not letting me on the bus, closing the door in my face, stopping while I've got my mask. They don't even have any form. Oh, we passed you. Well, you didn't. Well, I had my mask on and I'm standing at the door and I'm waiting, and she closes the door and drives off. A blatant act of hostility and harassment by a demon, okay, who's also molesting with directed light. This is the conduct that the entity engages in while you document them. Bus number 1329, Route 61 is crossing path as well. It's another bus. It's 10:07 a.m. and so I want to be clear, this African-American male, what I'm speaking to, it's documentation of a company. So it is not separate with regard to the people of the state acting vicariously on behalf of the state, but it's also the identification of an actor within that entity, Omnitrans, okay? So it is 10:08 a.m. going north of Archibald Avenue, and the fake sun remains over me, and not anywhere in the city of Upland, California. And so let me be clear, this employee, again, 2566, this is an African-American male driving bus 2356, Route 61. While I am at the bus stop, for example, understand the motivation. They're also witnessing my documentation as I remained in Upland, California, and before then I was in Fontana the day before. They're looking at all my documentation. Not only is this a demon that's hostile, who's monitoring, they are also hostile to the overall big picture, everything that I'm documenting about all of them. What I'm documenting while I'm going to each venue, it's serving the prosecution of every single last one of them. Okay, so you're in other words, I'm encountering nothing other than a minion of Satan. And you're hostile, you're mad, because I'm prosecuting you and I'm documenting it. And so you act out in the way that you can. Oh, just passing me up with your bus. That's not a minor thing either. It's an act of harassment and terrorism while you're engaged in state surveillance, because you're engaged in what is obstruction of justice. You're hostile. All right, adding to the harm inflicted by government placing you under surveillance. 6 WCP 430. It's pathetic. But that is something that is addressed with necessarily federal penalties. Let me be clear on that. N83481, 7YXV859, 8RCG650. And let me point out, with the video where you see Ontario Police, they drive into the property of Starbucks. That is criminal summoning of the Ontario Police, 7JSG43, I believe, of the Ontario Police and of Starbucks. Okay. That's I'm going to prosecute with that. That's exactly what that is. You see them going to that property. Not only is it interstate stalking, they're monitoring, but they're also there while Jock engages in what is referencing law enforcement, walking to his employee like you're going to go call the police for no damn reason. You go right on ahead. You go into federal prison for that. It is currently 10:10 a.m. And then they engage in an additional act of harassment and terrorism while I show you all that light show inside of Starbucks. Oh yeah, you're going to federal prison for that. License 8RYA269. That's engaging in ambush-like conduct inside of the venue of Starbucks. And let me be clear, it's entirely demonic. Very, very demonic. That's how they show hostility. And let me tell you how you place that particular demon in federal prison. Document it. Document it. 8RY8269. 7JSG430. This minion is in operation of their communication device while they're pacing, repeatedly driving by the bus. It's at 10:11 a.m.
Start requested. If possible, please use rear doors.
6HGW413. It's 10:11 a.m. Coca-Cola crossing path. 8VDJ060. And Coca-Cola's crossing path at what is Haven and Inland Empire Boulevard at 10:12 a.m. Fake sun is right over my head while I'm on the bus. That's a company engaging in state surveillance, acting with the rest of the people. Coca-Cola is just a method of presence by the same entity. Arrow Link, California 311166, MC 569193.1412209 at I was about to say Euclid, excuse me, Haven and Inland Empire. And it is currently 10:12 a.m. at the same intersection, group stalking. License plate? I don't see any license plate for that. So I have the numbers for that vehicle, but I don't see a license plate on. That was a truck. 6DAY691. MGR, property management. Crossing path. License 398N87, Nevada. V10F100. 6JQU718. 8ZNH608. 952. KJG760, in case I didn't read that one already. It's 10:14 a.m. Night Transportation crossing path 6UOH099 crossing path. It's 10:16 a.m. All right, showing you what is the fake sun that remains right over me on the bus while we are at the Ontario Mills. And it's 10:18 a.m. So at this time yesterday, as I'm remaining in Upland, California at the 99-cent store, and I'm documenting what is flashing light inside of that venue. And again, after leaving the McDonald's where I remained for a prolonged amount of time, documenting license plates and documenting the light activity, documenting American Medical Response. That's the significance of criminal summoning. The fake sun remained over the McDonald's in Upland, California, over that roof, while I'm documenting federal stalking by entity, and the entity then following to the opposite side of the street with that fake sun that remained in Upland, California. And then I walked from the Upland Village, from the 99-cent store, and that's where I'm documenting the venue, the people of the state, at 933 2nd Avenue. And I captured this video at 10:24 a.m. It's 10 12:19 a.m. The fake sun is remaining over me while I'm in the city of Ontario on the Route 61 bus. And it is right over my head as I captured it in a still image. You're looking at what is an African-American male in operation of a communication device monitoring indirect light, maintaining presence on behalf of an entity. And that light source is directly over me. And that is not over the street of 2nd Avenue in Upland, California, or over the parking lot inside of Upland, California, Upland Village. It's maintaining that precise presence over my head while I'm subject to that surveillance system. The same surveillance system that I'm subject to while a demon affiliated with the company Starbucks, going by the name of Jacques, is engaging in what is criminal summoning and harassment by an entity. The same entity acting via Omnitrans, the African-American female whose license plate of the Omnitrans company I recited, while she's engaging in harassment by an entity, okay? The same surveillance system that I'm subject to while the demon-possessed agency, the Ontario Police Department, are crossing path under the fake sun that remains over me at San Antonio and Hope Boulevard in Ontario, California. And then I get on the Route 61 bus at a later time than I did on March 15, 2022, going the same route. That's the surveillance system I'm subject to. And you're going to remember where I was yesterday, all right? And where I went, which was the Upland Public Library, where the state kept the fake sun, and that's the exactly the significance and the vivid revealing of that ongoing system that I'm subject to. And that's why the fake sun remained in Upland, California, and it's not over the roof. It's not going to be over the roof of the Upland Public Library. It's not coexisting while it's over me on the bus at the Ontario Mills. And this is the entity that engaged in that pattern of conduct with the Upland Police, the Sheriff's Department, and San Bernardino County, as I showed you upon my arrival to the Upland Public Library. This is what you're remembering while I'm documenting the P.O.C. All right, it is indeed a fake sun, and this is the evidence against an entity. While that directed light is present while that fake sun is over Starbucks, you're going to federal prison. The pattern of conduct, and then you want to engage in summoning law enforcement, which is a threat to your life. You're adding on to a threat. It's already a threat while the government is placing you under surveillance, okay? And doing so with a demented people, a demon-possessed people who are present at that Starbucks with all that directed light. They're a bunch of demons. That's what you're witnessing. You're witnessing their demon possession. And it is indiscriminate. All right, it's currently 10:21 a.m. This is P.O.C. License plate 6UAA 460. BZL 186, 8YNN 468.
Enrollment is underway for children up to age 5 for 4 or 5-day programs. San Bernardino County School Service
20209J3, 8WCX 217. 8GGP 056, 7FPG 448, 8VHK 882, 8ZBR, read that one. BF4 6R69, that's a large truck. The truck is YP33393, I believe. That's a front license plate, paper plate on the back of that truck. I didn't see the trucking company. It's a large truck though. License 8YDZ 655. It looks like it carries gasoline. It's going to the 505, I'm sorry, the 5050 Exchange Plaza, where the, at 4th Street, where the 15 exit entrance is. It's 10:23 a.m. License 8BRT 291. And in the video that I captured at 10:24 a.m. In Ontario, going into the city of Fontana, 4th Street turns into San Bernardino Avenue. The fake sun is remaining on the passenger side, directly over me, was captured on video. 7ZOL677 license plate. And what I'm reminding you is my stationary presence in the city of Upland, which I've been way before I got on this bus yesterday. Before the time I got on this bus, I'm already in the city of Upland, okay? Already arriving at what is the 99-cent store, stationary in that parking lot where the fake sun remains until my exit, which is after this time. The license plate of the, the timestamp, 10:24 a.m. is where I'm at 933 2nd Avenue in Upland, California, where the fake sun is stationary over me on 2nd Avenue, not on Euclid Avenue, not on Hope Boulevard. It's certainly not already remaining present over the venue of the Mercy House, on March 14, 2022, where I'm remaining stationary on that at that time on that day. And you're looking at what is just vacillation with regard to what is not possibly the sun. And that's why I captured that video. In that video, the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department is crossing paths. It's a criminal act. They're engaging in what is maintenance of activity, which is a threat to your life while you're subject to the surveillance system, which is demonic. This is engineered light, and the light source is over me. The Sheriff's Department is crossing path, monitoring with the company that is Omnitrans, monitoring with the employee whose number I've recited, the African-American male who's driving this vehicle, monitoring with the people of the state who are engaging in this system together while directed light remains on and outside of this bus, while, for example, something as simple as the doors opening and closing, directed light inside and outside of the bus, which is an impossibility, and that's not even the sun that's over the bus. And even if the sun was in the sky space visible, it would not be, first of all, be remaining directly over my head everywhere that I'm going, but it also is not going to create that light activity. That's engineered light. All right, and so this is what I documented, and this is 10:24 a.m. It's currently 10:27 a.m. And Burtech Waste Management crossing path. I'm at 13553A Lineage. They're monitoring. And this is light activity created by 6651AG. That's a Virginia license plate. It is currently 10:28 a.m. Lineage. That's the address for that Lineage property. Using a lot of large trucks to engage in creating light activity, and doing so in the path and creating, which is facilitation. 40630D3. And that property is on what is San Bernardino Avenue. Old Dominion freight line creating light activity while this demon that I captured an image of, she gets on the bus. The fake sun is right over my head. That's a demonic behavioral pattern. They engage in this conduct together. At Redwood, you have another truck in the path at 14713, license 98711E3. That's the license plate of that truck that's creating light activity in the path, just like Old Dominion freight line was, while doing so while the fake sun remains over you. It's facilitation, right? Demons that line the path with methods of light activity, flashing light. It's entirely demonic. And that is the license plate, and that is at the property of Redwood and San Bernardino Avenue, the address that I recited. It is currently 10:31 a.m. This is P.O.C. All right. Engagement in ongoing directed light conduct while a demon gets on the bus. This is their form for while they engage in a P.O.C. together. Demons getting on, which is creation by the bus. Again, they stop, they turn on their hazard lights. Directed light as the doors open and close on the inside and on the outside of the bus. This minion is captured in its still image, engaging in interstate stalking on the bus where directed light remains stationary and the fake sun is remaining over my head on the bus. And this is the ongoing engagement by the people of the state. This is how the system operates on the mode of transportation, a facilitating venue that is Omnitrans. Okay, it's currently 10:38 a.m. and so this is the intentional engagement in that pattern of conduct while the people of the state are getting on, remaining on, and getting off. Everything that they are doing in concert with demons who surround the bus. That's what Old Dominion freight line was engaging in. The demons was engaging in light activity creation. They're stalking in traffic. That's what the directed light and conduct is about. It's occurring inside of the grocery store, inside of McDonald's. It's occurring inside while I'm walking on the sidewalk outside. It's the same exact P.O.C. All right, and so I am capturing images of the demon possessed who are on a bus engaging in stalking and monitoring. It's 10:38 a.m. 8FQS019, stalking with directed light. CA77R69, paper plate. The same, stalking with directed light. These minions on the bus are monitoring as these demons surround the bus in traffic. All right, and of course with the employee, the minion that's driving the bus. 03304D3 8ZDF 271 5ETX 445 B5. I'm sorry, you can scratch that one. 8VSV 101 8WTJ 997 14849V1 5KNG 431 5KOY 783 7XLS 300.
Stop requested. If possible, please
10:40 a.m. 7LQS 675 7LQS 675, yeah. 1535708. That's bus number 1363, excuse me. 7NVK 864 8YHZ 914 6ZNN 619. All of them stalking with directed light, moving on the bus, which I've shown you before. That's exactly what they're doing. Like these demons were doing outside of Valencia's headquarters at 109 Hope Boulevard under the fake sun this morning. Doing it on a bus, doing it in a grocery store, doing it in a McDonald's, doing it in a Starbucks. License 7HCX 390 5NLW 536 7YOZ 696 7YEV 900 8RQP 361 7FSM 015 6ZRF 830 8NQN 405 7ZTR 695 Fontana Police license 1235358
Service by bus 1961 329 on the right, Victorville Valley Transit.
10:42 a.m.
And BV length.
Rider crossing path, license 31596Z1. I took a picture of that. This is the entity that uses specific logos that like to engage in stalking. You'll pay attention to that pattern. The specific environment is prefacing what you're stalking, just like everybody else. The entity engages in specific forms of harassment using specific brands as I document them. 8WQF720, and that rider vehicle goes into the plaza, which includes the Del Taco at the intersection of Sierra and Marigold. I took that image at 10:43 a.m. License 8YCD 564. 8LQ, I can't really see that one. Let's go that one. 8LIF 110. And it's 10:43 a.m. Seven JMD 862 6PON 384. Hold on. That is 6PON 384. Yeah, that's correct. Fontana Police crossing path. They are crossing path at San Bernardino Avenue and Sierra Avenue, turning into the plaza where the IDAS, Party Supplies, Rental Gifts, Medical Clinic at 9717 Sierra Avenue, the Metro T-Mobile at 9719 Sierra Avenue, 45392P1 is parked inside of that same plaza. Fontana Police are crossing path and going to that parking lot, which is crossing path. And I showed you what is a fake sun in a still image right here at this intersection at 10:44 a.m. Fontana Police monitoring with directed light this demon 8MQN521. They are group stalking the same entity. License 6WRE070. 8CPZ 738. 7NMW 518. U.S.PS, vehicle 0213589. They were group stalking yesterday at 2nd Avenue at the intersection, which I showed you, like cockroaches. They were bungled up at that intersection, monitoring with the people, which is exactly what they're doing now, group stalking under the fake sun that's in Fontana on Sierra Avenue, not in Upland, California on 2nd Avenue. It's 10:45 a.m. SZK. Hold on. 7SZK 433. And it's currently 10:46 a.m. Seven NMW 518, in case I didn't read that one already. 7SZK 433. Ready, license plate 8SYK 670, DT 539 handicap, 8TXV 798, 8RBP 945, 8SJR 351, 7MLB 096. The 7WOV 158, 7WJS 779, excuse me. 8V, I can't see that one. 5TPK 668. 7WHF 371. And I did capture video right now at approximately 10:46 a.m. And I'm doing so while I'm in motion on the bus and at the intersection of Randall, license 4AGZ413, the intersection of Randall and Sierra Avenue. And the video ends at what is Ceres Avenue and Sierra Avenue, and that is in the city of Fontana. And I reminded you about what is, again, at the same time, 10:46 a.m., 10:47, 10:48. I'm getting up to what is the video that I captured yesterday in the city of Upland, where I am not getting on any bus going to the city of Fontana, even though I did the day prior, which is what I used to reference my documentation that I captured inside of the Upland Public Library. And at this time yesterday, you have the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, who are under what is a fake sun, and they are intentionally present in that environment, engaging in what is that impermissible threat, and what do they appear to be doing? Focusing their attention on what is nothing other than a third party in that environment with them, while they are monitoring and harassing together. All right, harassment is not defined by your overt engagement in saying something mean to the target individual. You are harassing by virtue of your identity, by virtue of your facilitating presence and conduct in this specific environment, and by virtue of your engagement in that pattern of conduct while you're monitoring the documentation. Omnitrans license 1234506, bus 1209. The fake sign is over the Fontana Metrolink train station. And that is what I am reminding you about in this video that I captured, which is not over Upland Public Library, 1535754. It is currently 10:52 a.m. where the fake sun is over the Fontana Metrolink train station. And that is what you are focusing on when you're looking at the smiling face of Upland Police and the conversations with San Bernardino County and the Sheriff's Department while they're under the fake sun. Surveillance is underway. And that is a communication of an unlawful threat. That's the P.O.C. And that's exactly why the fake sun is not over the Upland Public Library right now. It's over me while I'm on a bus going to the city of Fontana, present at the Fontana Metrolink train station, not existing at the same time. Thank you, sir. Have a good one. I'll see you later. It is currently 10:52 a.m. This is P.O.C. All right, capturing SoCal gas crossing path 7KQM 393. That's a demon that's stalking path, crossing path with me as well. They do so pursuant to my ongoing activity on a phone. So that's the significance of that license plate. What I was capturing is an image of SoCal Gas, which is crossing path on Sierra 8YCZ830. It's currently 10:54 a.m. 7TVU121. 6YDU340. 6KEN694. 7HCJ199. TWNROG. 6LEC801. 7RXS016. 8KVD854. 5RQN860. 8EXE342. 7785881. BMOOU71. 7FBA391 is group stalking, and so is this. Well, they all are, but what I'm doing is crossing the street. This is the predatory conduct that they engage in over at nightfall. All right, in order to touch, they're surrounding while I'm crossing the street, stalking on the path of on the side of the road. The demons of American Medical Response crossing path as well under the fake sun. 7DXV852. 7FBA391. This is surveillance. Okay. Alright, and I'm capturing images so you're understanding what surveillance is. It's the conduct of the demon possessed who stand around, and the demon possessed who are monitoring. This is surveillance. They engage in what is surveillance conduct, sitting around, lining the edge with light, sitting at the on the sidewalk in their vehicle, while other demons molest and touch with directed light. And as I've documented them, and as again documenting just the employee of Omnitrans is documenting the entity that's engaging in that molestation. 7PKG928. But these demons are driving by, touching with directed light, which is an impossibility. The fake sun remains over the Upland Public Library, while Fontana police are crossing path. License 1597031. License JKTREJO, and Fontana police are partaking in that ongoing molestation and communicating a threat while crossing path, stalking, and monitoring the documentation. Q5JLT79, 5SQT267. The people of the state engaging in that conduct as one. Okay. City of Fontana crossing path. San Bernardino County Fire crossing path. In more than one vehicle. Hold on. Document the state. San Bernardino County Fire. This is an Asian male, license plate 1595343. San Bernardino County Fire, white male, license 1604902. City of Fontana. Fine. License 59032B3. License 1509105. MS71. Crossing path in another San Bernardino County fire truck. That's while the demons are listening to me recite their license plate. Another demon engaging in crossing path, engaging in the conduct that's defeating itself. Okay, but nonetheless, you surround such demons. You see how they act. You legislate based on that. 6YNK122, molesting on behalf of the sex offenders, acting via the wrong demons. San Bernardino County Fire Department. All right, license 8UGM883. 5KRU240. 23418K3, 8WCX271, 8MLE041, 8GWW977, 7TYGB08, I believe, 8RFR280, 6YXE293, 5XHG851, 8VYZ201. And while I'm showing you what is images of the light source that's over me while I'm standing on Sierra Avenue, showing you it's right over the storefronts, right over my head, it is not over Upland Public Library. Duh. It's not over the roof of the Upland Public Library. It's not over the building. It's not in the direction of the Upland Public Library. It is not coexisting. While the San Bernardino County Fire Department, they are engaging in surveillance. They know exactly who I am. They are engaging in this criminal system. They are not doing it covertly anymore. What they are doing and the ways in which the entity is engaging in this conduct is revealed. This is an impermissible threat, while they're also touching with direct light and revealing their condition, their demons, they're demon possessed. 8MOT830, AGZK603. MYLOVEZ 69737X2 6YXR136. And what else are you paying attention to? There's a bigger picture. Obviously, it's not the sun, but even down to the very detail. There is no argument. When I was already here at 10:30 in the morning, how am I capturing the light source that's over me on Sierra Avenue? It's already over the roof and it remains there. All right? Okay, P.O.C. License 8WFG232. Garda World 10437Y2. 7MGG635. IFDB 8. I can't see that one. 8TUJ153. 8XDY581. 42841T1. 4VZC814. Would not be able to capture that on Sierra Avenue if that was the light source that's remaining over 435 South Bonneview in Ontario. Would I? Or when it's remaining on the block, right? Remaining over the Ontario Town Square. Remember March 6, 2022? I still have not left. But for daylight savings time, it's 10 o'clock in the morning on that day. I'm still at the Ontario Town Square. Where is it? Right over my head. Which minutes from now, I'm capturing video at approximately 10:02 a.m. referencing prior documentation. This is P.O.C. 651TU handicap. And it's 11:01 a.m. P.O.C. at Citibank. 5FGG597, 55141X1. United States Postal Service Group stalking on in relevant position to Citibank as well on the sidewalk. 780655H2, 7MGG635, 78VX077, 6ZUJ649, 6PUT667, 6TB925, 8FHF905. Let me see. This is 6PUT, yeah. And in the video that I captured at 11:01 a.m., reminding you about what is March 14, 2022, where I'm certainly not going anywhere near Fontana. I remained for hours at Mercy House. The light source is over me at 11 o'clock. I captured my video at 11:05 a.m., showing you what is the fake sun that remains on over my head in the city of Fontana, not only just here, but en route to the city of Fontana. And for that video that I just captured from the time frame of 11:01 to 11:05, you're looking at what is the maintenance of that light source, which is also not over. 7 VBG 602, not over the Upland Public Library. This is P.O.C. GAMER94, 8WNV159, 8WKK673, 8HQX135, 8EJH496, QIC star REG 61883M1, Fontana Water Company, 8YUJ973, Fontana Police Department crossing path on the property of what is the Upland Public Library / Fontana Chamber of Commerce. License 1492639. License 03375W2. All right, license 8HQX135, because I didn't read that one already. 6BSC629. While these demons are crossing paths, I'm reading their license plates, and I just recited the license plate of the demons of the Fontana Police Department. They are stalking. They are doing so in plain view. This is a threat to the target individual who is documenting. They are monitoring your documentation. They are also doing it under what is that same exact environment. I want to be clear, the demon possession is also demonstrated by Fontana PD, who's communicating a threat. While these demons whose license plate I'm reciting, including 8HQX135, and direct light is moving across the Citibank wall. I want to make sure I include that information in my documentation, which is the pattern of conduct. Wrong demons. Fontana police are engaging in that criminal activity. That's an unlawful threat, okay? While you're engaging in that pattern of conduct. 70908G2, 6WMB773, 8DZ8288, 8DWZ 849. That's you're speaking to how you're going to prosecute, legislate what is terrorism, while a demon-possessed population places you under surveillance, and how you're going to hone in on those different types of actors. All right, you're talking about what is already terrorism under existing federal law by law enforcement, engaging in interstate stalking. That exceeds the intent to intimidate, harass, and injure. You're doing so while you are also of a demon-possessed condition, which is also identifiable through objective evidence, the environment itself, and the conduct of directed light, and the conduct of amplified audible activity and stalking with audible activity. And you're doing so with knowledge of what is being documented about the system, because by the nature of the crime of monitoring, interstate stalking, you know exactly what's being accumulated. This is all manner of terrorism, G82970. And so 5WLX938, this is speaking to the way in which you're going to legislate over that demon-possessed population. That's exactly what that's relevant to. 55381B3. And there shall be zero tolerance for what is communicating that threat by the entity that acts directly. Oh, but the people of the state, they're getting a healthy dose as well. You want to go to federal prison while you want to summon those demon-possessed government actors. That's what law enforcement represents. You're subject to state surveillance. They're all monitoring together. And this entity engaged in the idiotic conduct. I mean, it's not idiotic, it's helpful, okay? But I find it, if it was me, if I was on that team, if I was on Team Loser, Satan, I surely wouldn't have done it under direct evidence. I'm pointing out what is not the actual sin. Oh, you think it's insurmountable? You think that no one's going to ever be able to establish that? This is the short-sighted mindset of the treacherous entity that is demon-possessed. And they are the ass. They're following. They are not the head. Okay, so and they're literally following, they're stalking. But you're talking about what is engaging in criminal summoning under the fake sun. You are engaging in what is the exercise of fictitious authority under the fake sun, while you have a documented pattern of engaging in fictitious exercise of authority. Kidnapping, harassment, because that's what that is, pulling you over for a speeding ticket when you're, which I never really got speeding tickets, but I got driving in carpool lane, for example, while all the minions were filling up traffic. It's a harassment while I did not know that I was subject to the P.O.C. All right, taking 4 hours to get to Los Angeles. And so I would drive in the carpool lane. This is just confession. It's not a big deal. It's a carpool ticket. I'm not an egregious criminal. The entity was engaging what is harassment, though. They knew exactly where I was at. That's what that is. While you're exercising fictitious authority, you're engaged in surveillance. You know exactly what lane I'm driving in. You are talking about what is having that information, which you are in violation of the law. It is acquired unlawfully. Okay, and then you're engaged. This psychopath is engaging in what is presence, assuming that it's going to be. You're not going to question that because you don't know that you're even under surveillance. You just think, oh, you got caught. No, they're stalking. They know exactly where you're at. And all of the minions in traffic around you are monitoring you together. This is what is so incredible about that pattern of conduct. It's harassment by the entity that's placing you under surveillance. And they will be held civilly and criminally liable for that as well. Okay, so anyway, that's just as an aside. It's currently 11:10 a.m. and the fake sun is now over the Fontana Woods Library. Where again, if that was the sun, which would be pursuant to what is an ongoing, consistent, reliable schedule. Oh, well, you know, we can go get a bag of popcorn and watch the beautiful sun because it's over the Fontana Woods Library at 10:30 in the morning. No, that's not the case. 10:30 in the morning when I'm remaining in Upland, California, that's where the fake sun is. All right, that's not the actual sun. And when I'm en route to the city of Fontana, it's not over the Fontana Lewis Library. While I'm on San Bernardino Avenue, en route to the city of Fontana, over me on some random street. That's not over the roof. It's over me as I'm arriving. This is stalking with an environment, stalking by people. All right, and that's exactly how you're going to be prosecuted. While these demons look left and right, up and down, while they're stalking you, you can look whatever direction you want. Because it's not going to be based on what is the false premise of federal group stalking and monitoring, thinking that you're going to look the other way or engage in some activity. And I'm not stalking. I don't know you. Yeah, that's not the legal argument. It's not even addressing the allegations and the legal case brought against the government. It's not addressing it whatsoever. And you're also witnessing what are psychopaths who are stalking and looking the opposite direction. That's all you're looking at. That's all you're witnessing. Psychos. Psychopaths. Anyway, it's currently 11:11 a.m. This is P.O.C. at Fontana Lewis Library. (213-7472). Monitoring with the minions that are in the parking lot, also of what is Barreto restaurant, the Casa Barreto. Group stalking in the parking lot. It is currently 8:03 p.m. Directed light spanning across while they drive through. This is Citibank, third-party facilitating venue license. 7NQM188 on the surveillance cameras at Citibank. They're monitoring. Going to the Citibank is a venue that they are maintaining presence at while directed light is all around and they're stalking in the path 8E37447. And the one molesting on Arrow is 21374Z2. Okay, monitoring with the minion that's in the parking lot of the Casa Barreto. That's a demon that is stalking in the path while I am walking, for example, through the parking lot of the Fontana Chamber of Commerce, while another minion molests. This is maintaining relevant positioning, monitoring with the communication device. This is license plate 8DFA503, and also the fake moon is directly over me, and that is amplification of what is supposed to be Metrolink that was also occurring while the fake moon was over my head at the Fontana Lewis Library. That's amplified audible activity, which you cannot hear, not at that volume, and you're actually not going to hear it at all. It's demonic, and it is occurring while directed light is ongoing. All right, this is P.O.C. It's currently 8:04 p.m. Ready, and molesting is this demon, license 6J67258, and so is Metrolink. Metrolink is a company to be sued for what is the conduct of a perpetual sex offender, stalking, just like the people of the state are being documented stalking, sitting in the parking lot, aiming lights. These are demons. This is license plate 21374Z2. Yeah, then sits in the parking lot with the rest of these demons, aiming light. This is a sex offender. And I captured images of that. They're all touching together. So the third parties, all of them, those license plate I read, this is Citibank who is being documented. This is the state, using Citibank as a location for stalkers to maintain presence as though they are engaging in something other than what is a pattern of conduct. Citibank and the people of the state companies will be prosecuted with the people. 6J67258 is on surveillance cameras as well, and I'm referencing them. It's currently 8:06 p.m. Metrolink is directly engaged in the pattern of conduct. While the demons with the license plate I'm reading are patrolling around and molesting me, Metrolink is literally playing an audible activity in the background, all right, while you're being sexually violated. That's the picture you need to have in your head, because that's what the demons are doing. They're touching, sitting around, engaging in terrorism, focusing light on you, and you have what is amplified audible activity. And I also documented the environment. The fake moon is over me from the property of the Fontana Lewis Library. The same Fontana Lewis Library where the fake sun is over me, in that same position, by the way. And you're understanding what is the fake moon as I'm capturing it by while I remain at the location in Ontario. This is the pattern, okay? It is currently 8:06 p.m. and it's not just Ontario, but you're talking about when I'm coming from any location. I'm talking about what is the fake moon that's over me at the museum. That's over the vehicle at 630 North Fern as I sleep there. That's the P.O.C. This is a sex offender as well, 79835R2. 8JKN861, 7VCD589, 8PTD662. These are all monitored. These are all demons. 7VHT159. They're all demon possessed. They're all in the same environment. They are all of that same demonic condition. While these other demons in the Citibank parking lot are sitting around, patrolling around in what is engineered light. They're demons that are aiming light. All right. It's an entirely demented population, and they're criminally monitoring together. 8RHJ887, 67115. I'm sorry, 67156Y2. 8RHJ887, 8DCF295, 6HBT437, 8NRC940, 42561E3, 8POL372, 8DAT105, 8SGK226, TQBYS1 Heart, 7PVD220, 8LTU439, 7FTJ144, 57879M1, 8GQM687, 8SUG, I can't see the rest of one, 8LSF941, 8TJC633. All of them engaging in what is the act of a perpetual sex offender. This is a demonic orgy. And I describe it in such terms because that's what the demon possessed do. They are stalking with light. It is not headlights. These are the demon possessed who manifest light, and they touch all over you and surround you with it. That's the image that I showed you, this demon in this pickup truck. First of all, I have more than one shadow in the parking lot, and while I capture that, you have a demon that comes up behind me. This demon goes to the ATM after molesting me. That's the purpose for that demon's presence. Going to Citibank is nothing other than providing documentation of that facilitating venue. The people of the state, the government, utilizing businesses to engage in criminal stalking, all right, because it's supposed to be the ongoing appearance of normalcy, and it's not. And you will include such venues in your documentation, and they will be prosecuted as well. This entity is surrounding me inside of this parking lot, molesting me, and then going to the drive-thru. All right, it is not headlights that's touching. These are demons manifesting light, surrounding like animals. All right, once stalking, going to the ATM, and then maintaining their presence with light toward me, aiming in my direction while the entity is amplifying train activity, while a fake moon remains over me. This is all a matter of surrounding with that environment, and it's absolutely terrorizing while demons engage in this. And this is the ongoing pattern that I've been systematically documenting as demons engage in this ongoing P.O.C. together. So I want to make sure I point that out to you. It is currently 8:09 p.m. Route 14, license 1387346. That is Omnitrans. That's amplified audible activity. You can always tell amplification because, first of all, it occurs in a specific environment, and second of all, it is always that which is extraordinary. It's exaggerated in volume. All right, everything that demons are doing is exaggerated. The light activity is exaggerated. It's magnified. That's another term for the same thing. It's synonymous with that. It's engineered light, 88QK, 887, 8VNT 907, BF78X96 paper. And that, again, that's Casa Barreto and the Citibank minions in that parking lot. Casa Barreto is thereby being documented. All right, and let me be clear, they're inside of Casa Barreto monitoring. Okay, I'm just documenting where minions are located and what they're doing based on where I'm going as I'm moving. But like I said, the documentation of where I'm at and particular third parties and or state actors, the people of the state are going to be prosecuted uniformly together. You're talking about the, first of all, the radius of monitoring with communication devices. And second of all, what is criminal conduct by the people of the state, all of them, in concert with a government. They're all going to be documented. They're all going to be prosecuted. So I just want to point that out. It is 8:11 p.m. 8L AB705. That's a sex offender. Okay, they are equally engaging in that molestation, that act of terrorism while demons surround in a parking lot, loitering in relevant positions, stalking, aiming light into the atmosphere, maintaining that presence while Metrolink is a method of amplified audible activity, and while demons are just driving around in circles, aiming their lights onto my person. Okay, it's demented conduct, and that third party is not separate from that POC. The people of the state act as one. They act as a single entity. They're doing it on behalf of the government. It is currently 8:11 p.m. This is POC. It is 8:15 p.m. and what I took a still image of, by the way, getting on the bus, license plate 1404973, I believe. The entity keeping this fake moon in alignment from the property of Fontana Lewis Library, from the parking lot of Citibank. And so as I walked on Sierra Avenue, for purposes of understanding direction, I'm walking south on Sierra Avenue in the city of Fontana, and the fake moon is in alignment with me as I arrive at the Fontana Metrolink train station. And that is while I'm on the bus. I'm standing on the bus, and I take an image of that. That's the light source. That is a moon, not the actual moon. You're understanding what is this central presence of objects in the sky appearing as things that we've heard of, such as a sun and a moon. And you're also understanding this is the same presence of the fake sun during the day, the same conduct keeping in alignment with me. And I've also documented this in the different locations wherever it is that I am at nightfall, be it inside of the vehicle, be it at the museum, be it at the hotels that I've resided in, Economy Inn, Mayfair Inn, etc. This is the pattern. All right, it is currently 8:16 p.m. This is P.O.C. All right, 9:17 p.m. We're looking at video of what is directed light that is patrolling. By patrolling, I mean more specifically cycling through the center of the bus and doing so moving forward through the center of the bus. This is the directed light. That's just one method of directed light. The entity is flashing with directed light, molesting my person with directed light. That is the sex offender that is omnitrans, and the sex offender employee number 3338, and the people of the state who are on the bus engaging in surveillance with omnitrans with this employee. Engaging in the P.O.C. with American Medical Response, who's also group stalking in the path. This is at the Costco that is across the street from the Ontario Mills. American Medical Response is using its vehicle lights, the ambulance lights, while it's driving in traffic, using its brakes, waiting in line at the Costco to drive onto the property. AMR is stalking in the path using their vehicle lights, and the entity engaged in an ongoing molestation. It is currently 9:18 p.m. and this is employee 3338. This is P.O.C. arriving in Ontario right now. And that is license 1404973. And here comes Ontario Police. Alrighty, capturing video of vehicle number 1829. That's Ontario Police Department. License 7FPG274. And Ontario Police are crossing path in what is directed light, monitoring with this demon at Metro 102 Apartments. License 8FWR814. This is the demon aiming light. Surrounding the perimeter with light. Okay, that's what that is. License again 8FMR814. Monitoring with Omnitrans. License 1404973. Employee number 3338. Engaging in molestation, engaging in stalking in the path, just like this demon is using a vehicle. I want to be clear. This is directed light as opposed to what our headlights that are creating that substantial engineered light on the property. And Ontario Police engaging in what is stalking as I get off the bus, as they were stalking while I was on the bus. And that's the purpose of what is engineered light that I captured on video. It's 9:20 p.m. and the demon-possessed agency, that is Ontario Police, is pacing on the street of Hope Boulevard, which would also be seen on traffic cameras. All they do is driving in both directions, one direction and then the opposite direction, and the Hope Boulevard runs east and west. So crossing path as I get off the bus, crossing path again as I am reciting the license plate of this demon at third-party facilitating venue Metro 102. On third-party facilitating venue Omnitrans, because that's what Omnitrans is, it's a venue. License 8YXR256. License 8SKE142. 8DXX013. 8XTJ569. 7T60300. 538. I can't say that one. These guys on. 7XRB855. 8LES 567 or 647. 8LES 647. It's 9:21 p.m. Those are minions that are stalking in the path and touching with light. And the pattern of conduct is underway ceaselessly. What I captured again as I was preparing to get off the bus, documenting what was the entire duration of that ride. Impossible light activity cycling through the center of the bus. That's directed light. It is also moving underneath the seats of the bus. This is absolutely impossible light activity. Street lamps are not moving through the the lights that are outside, for example, on a street lamps. I mean, what else are you explaining as to be some sort of plausible explanation for light on the bus? But it's not plausible. Again, the light is moving in the forward direction where street lamps are stationary, and the bus is that which is in motion, approaching light. First of all, it's not going to appear or be in motion through the center of the bus. And second of all, it is engaging in that's merely one method. The light is also appearing underneath the seats where minions are sitting. And it is also that which is manifesting shadows of, for example, the handrails at the front of the bus that are appearing in the center of the bus and moving forward. This is the engineered light. And the entity is engaging in other tactics such as flashing with directed light. And of course, the demons that are the people of the state are stalking all around in the path, just as I recited the third party at Metro 102, speaking to what is monitoring by the entire property of Metro 102. Understand that. It is also revealing what our demon possess, not just that one demon engaging in demonic activity. That includes the Ontario Police, who are pacing in directed light in relevant position while they are stalking and tracking every step, knowing exactly where I'm at, intentionally communicating a threat, which is the grounds of federal prison for that demon possessed agency, who is posing what is the impermissible threat. Those are demons who are engaging in what is nothing other than stalking the one who's they're going to federal prison. So that's the long and short of it. They're going to federal prison, and they are engaging in what is the creation or helping everyone else understand what is the template for how you're going to treat what are the psychopaths that are the demon-possessed population in the position of law enforcement. All right, and that is the condition of the Ontario Police Department. They are literally criminals that are on the loose. They are just waiting, literally waiting to be snatched and placed into cages, because that's where those demons belong, as they have been documented engaging in the criminal conduct, which is the true identity, in contrast to what are uniforms that they are wearing, while they are literally puppets of Satan, engaging in what is criminal conduct and egregious activity, demented activity, while it is literally being cataloged for the public. And it is also going to be used as an example as to how you will deal with, how you will confront what is the demonic criminal system. While Omnitrans is monitoring, let me be clear, Omnitrans is monitoring while the demon-possessed Ontario Police Department choose to visibly cross path in directed light. Okay, while directed light is on that bus, employee number 3338, engaging in what is monitoring, engaging in what is molesting my person, engaging in what is harassment with directed light. This is the demon that's just driving a bus. And doing so as an entity that also engaged in kidnapping, and that is also what is symbolic with regard to Ontario Police group stalking visibly with the Omnitrans bus line. Understand that, okay? It is currently 9:24 p.m. and arriving at the Ontario Museum of History and Arts, and this is the same entity. It's not separate. The entity is stalking, and you're also looking at what I captured as well. This is the maintenance of what is a moon. This is supposed to be the moon. It's not the moon. It's the same pattern. It remains directly over my head. Captured images of it while I'm in Fontana, just so you can see where I'm at. And this light source was in that same central position as I'm literally at the steps of the Fontana Lewis Library as I'm leaving the property, while Metrolink is the method of amplified audible activity, very loud, just as you heard at Citibank. It was at that same volume. This is amplified audible activity. It's impossible audible activity, speaking to the maintenance of a specific environment, which is demonic. And that fake moon remains over me as I got off the bus, as I captured on video, while the demons of the Ontario Police Department are crossing path. All right, and so I want to be clear, employee number 3338, she has that's the employee number that's displayed at least. She has like streaks in her hair. It's like light blonde and dark blonde streaks. And it's a neck length bob, and the employee number displayed is 3338. That is not only a prosecution of an individual acting on behalf of the people of the state, vicariously group stalking and terrorizing with the government. That is the company Omnitrans. So understand everything that is embodied in that documentation, not only the employee number but the company. And that is the sex offender engaging in that terrorism that I remain subject to while demons are surrounding on the bus. All they do is fill the bus, getting on and off the bus, and all these demons are doing are monitoring and stalking. All right, taking turns, stalking with activity, requesting stops, getting on the bus, being present at a bus stop in order to provide form for what is stalking with activity. It's very precise and demonic with regard to what these demons are doing, and doing it in concert with what is a business identified as Omnitrans. It is currently 9:26 p.m. I am at the Ontario Museum of History and Arts. This is P.O.C. And I will show you what is an image of the fake moon that's right here over the side where I am situated at the museum, which is the same placement of the fake sun during the day when I get up. Where I am situated, that's where the fake sun is over me, and this is where the fake moon is directly as well, right here on the same side of the museum above me. And also, this is from what is Florida, what is Fontana. While I'm in Fontana, the fake moon is right above me while I'm in Fontana at the property of Citibank. Follows to what is, while I'm on the bus of Fontana, at the Fontana Metrolink train station, on the bus that I'm getting on to get to Ontario. While I'm standing on the bus, I'm capturing an image of that. So that's at the property of Fontana Metrolink train station. Getting off the bus, showing you what are the demons of the Ontario Police who are group stalking, coming from Plum, driving onto a halt, maintaining presence at the red light with Omnitrans, monitoring together. Okay, while the fake moon is right over my head, coming from Fontana, and here it is right here over the Ontario Museum of History and Arts. And I'll take a picture. That's 9:27 p.m. That is the maintenance of what is an object in the sky that we would ordinarily refer to as a moon. I'm showing you what is a demonic environment, and what is also, you're speaking to what is the presence over me day and night of what's supposed to be a sun, and I've shown you that's not the sun. And it is also that which is also not possible. The sun and the moon, so-called, remain over me, okay, from city to city. And this is a pattern. This is not new. I documented this before. The state would keep the fake sun over economy and parking lot from rise. That is documented, okay? early in the morning, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, and then 6, 7 o'clock excuse me, 5, 6 o'clock in the evening over the same parking lot. Okay. Moving from what is essentially my left side to my right side, remaining present, and the fake moon at nighttime remaining directly over my room. That is documented. It is an impossibility though, and that is speaking to what is this, the maintenance of an environment that is centered on me. It's a demonic environment. It is speaking to the demon possession of the Ontario police who are group stalking in that environment. Okay. And every other third party, whatever name that those demons happen to go by, but they're demon possessed. It's a demon possessed population. It's 9:28 p.m. This is P.O.C.